Hi everybody, this is Gary Fong. I had a lot of questions about how to, set up videos and everything like that. So right now we have kind of a very nice system. When I started out, it was just webcam on my computer. You can see when you go back to some of my earlier videos, it starts like that. But as we started getting better, I started to want to increase the production quality. So right now, I'm pretty happy where we are. Now we're going to do a very simple tutorial, and I'm going to show you how we do a multi-camera shoot on that, and then I'm actually going to show you how to assemble a multi-camera shoot for editing. So first one right here, let me show you what we've got. I have, now this is the main camera. Okay, so this one's going to be going to me, and this guy has a monitor on it so I can see what's going on. It has the radio receiver for my, this guy, the wireless lavalier. And I have a transmitter in my pocket. The reason why I use this is because it filters out all of the junk sound. You're not hearing it now because I'm not connected to that, but it filters out all of the junk sound, and so you really just hear only my voice. Okay, then, so that's the monitor so I can see what's going on. This is a Sony A7. And have to use the A7s because they are the only ones that have receiving microphones. Outside of the A6000s don't have those, okay? So right here to light my face is the lights for collapsible with the power, the light bulb adapter. We use this all the time to give a nice fill. This is as much light as we need these days because the new cameras are so really nicely light sensitive. Over here, I'll just go ahead and turn this guy on. You can see this is called the Sound Devices P240i, the PX240i, and yeah, it looks really meaty and it's like military grade everything. It's a very awesome device. What it does is it records everything coming out of this camera. It goes straight into the through the HDMI into here, which is pretty cool. So when I'm teaching something, you can see straight through the camera. Even when I'm going through menu items or changing any of the functions or anything like that, you can see straight through this lens as I'm shooting. And this is a really cool tool that I've used for like shooting weddings. I mean, on the wedding video that I have on the premium channel, we literally went around with a portable mount of this as I'm shooting a wedding, and you could actually see what I was shooting through my lens, and you could see the information about the shutter speed and the aperture and everything like that because it was directly from my screen. So that was pretty cool. This all connects through a single HDMI cord that comes out of here like that. So once it comes out of here, then I have the ability to view. And let's bring this around so you guys can see. So if you look down here, this is, I'll try to make it go higher for you, like that. So this is basically what we have. And so when I hit menu or whatever, you can see everything on here. I'm going to get rid of the overlying menus so you can't see that. There. And so this is actually what you're seeing is the camera. So it's pretty cool. Okay? That's as if you're looking through the eyepiece, which is fun. So this one right here, you have to do it. This guy right here is the demonstration camera, and this is the shooting camera that I'm going to use to be doing the demo. And this guy right here is going to function as camera 3. It'll just be basically a breakaway so that we have a little bit of variety. We're not stuck on one camera. We can go away to another camera. And this sounds really complicated because I have 3 different sources. And but when I show you in Adobe Premiere how we do a multicam, it's so much fun to take all of this and just create it in minutes. It's very, very easy. Okay, so we're going to go and start taping now. Thanks. And I'm going to show you how to make a multicam sequence by syncing the sound of 2 different cameras. So what we're going to do is we're going to film 2 cameras running at the same time, and I'm going to make a really cool film that clips back and forth between the other cameras, and it's just syncing them together. I'm going to be using a thing called Adobe Premiere Pro Creative Cloud, which is something that I really, really like. It now is a subscription membership, so as you can see right here, under the Premiere Pro website, you can just choose a plan as low as $19.99 a month. What I like about the online subscription plan is that you get really good tech support. I've had the Adobe people come in and take over my mouse from remotely and fix my computer while I watch. So they have really, really good tech support. And then plus they also update the software all the time. So you'll always have, automatically, you'll get a warning that says, it's time to update your Premiere Pro with new bug fixes or new enhancements. So you always get the latest, greatest version. And we'll just pull down here to Premiere Pro. Okay, so it's loading, and I'm going to start a new project. Okay, and we're going to make one called Lock Focus. And so when it says the location, this is where you want to put the new project. And, file management, just remember where you put it, and then also if you want to do search things, just say something like Lock Focus, Adobe Premiere Pro project. You got all these characters. Why not make it easy for your search engine later, right? So we hit OK. And what it'll do is it will pull up a workspace. Now, so that we're all on the same page, Adobe has different preset workspaces that have different tabs and different screens open. We're going to be using one called Editing. Now watch what happens when I go to Audio. You'll see that all the screens kind of change. So we want to, or Assembly, they all change, but we want to be on the same page, and Editing is a fine one to start with, okay? So let's go down here to Media Browser. Media Browser is basically, should be called Finder, Hard Disk Directory, Disk Directory. It should have been called Disk Directory, because what we're going to do here is we're going to find the media that I shot for this project. And on this one, it was called Lock Focus, and I had, you'll see right here are the videos, and there's a number of videos here. And if I want to, say, increase the size of the thumbnail, I can go like that. You'll notice when I move my mouse over this, everything scrubs, so it'll move back and forth, which is kind of fun. And that way I can see what the clips are. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and make this small so I can see what's going on here. I have one clip that's 7 minutes 11 seconds, one clip that's 32 seconds, probably an outtake, and then this one right here, which is 6 minutes 57 seconds. So to check on that one, I can just go ahead and double click on it and watch. It'll pop up in Source, and we can pull up any of these by double clicking on it. And it goes into the preview window, basically, which is here, and you'll see that I've got my second camera, which is the one that is going through the actual camera that I'm demonstrating. So let's pick these two guys together, and we're going to want to import them into the project. If we go into the project, it says import media to start. There's nothing in it. We haven't imported any media yet. So I'm going to choose this one and this one, and I just held down the command key to choose them both. Now we're going to hold down the control key, and so we'll select import. It'll import the files, and we'll go over here. Now I've got the two files in my project. You can do this with all your files that you want to put into this video. You can put in your sound files, you can put in JPEGs, you can put in PSD files, many different formats into this so that you can assemble your movie. And assembling movies is really fun. But let me show you how to do multicam sequence. So very, very simple. Choose the camera that has the better sound. Chances are one of them will have better sound than the other. Have that, and I'll move the camera around back. That one's got really good sound. This one, you see down here the sound volume is very faint because I just had a tiny, tiny microphone for use in sound synchronization only. So I'm going to choose this one. When I choose that one to make a multicam sequence, it's important that you pick the one with the better sound first, or else the one with the bad sound will be the sound that you use. So very important, not well known. Pick the one that has the better sound first, and then hold down your command key and choose the second one. Now I've got these two chosen. I'm going to hold down Control and down here, click, and I'm going to create a multi-camera source sequence. So it'll ask me what to call the clip. I've already named this multicam. And then look right here, synchronize by audio. And that's important because we're going to synchronize by sound, okay? So now we'll just go ahead and hit OK. Processing audio. And now what it did is down here, it created what's called a multicam sequence inside the project. You can tell that it's different because it has this little icon and it says multicam source sequence when you scroll over it. This one right here will say linked audio used 2 times, video used 1 time. Okay, so let's pick this guy, and we're going to hold down Control, and we're going to click it, and we're going to make a new sequence from clip. Now we have a new sequence from clip, and that's cool. So I have here, but we only see one camera, right? So that's not good. Why? Let me go like this. Why do we see only one camera? Because we can't see the other one yet, because it's hidden inside the multicam viewer. See right here? This is the multi-camera view. And if I just click on it, you'll see now that I have 2 miniature screens and a ending screen. Watch what happens here. If I'm going to want to switch cameras, all I need to do is click back and forth between the two, and it will save that. So let's go ahead and start at the beginning. Now this timeline, I can zoom. Oops. This timeline I can zoom in or zoom out. A very handy key to choose would be the one right underneath the delete button that gives you the whole length of the time sequence. So we'll go in here, and then I'll just go ahead and scrub, and you'll see right here that, let me make this guy bigger, okay? I'm just going to go between here and pull it all the way out here so that we're able to see this guy. So what happened here is that I hadn't turned that camera on yet.
Recording. Good.
And then I go recording, and then now I'm going to turn on the B camera. Okay.
On.
And then boom. Now it's on. See that? So now that's the second camera.
This is Gary
That's
Fong,
now on. Let me turn that sound off. And so what I'm going to do is watch this. I'm going to use the multicam, and I'm just going to pick one camera or the other. And I know that I laughed there because I did an outtake. Okay, so this is just, I already know this. So, in fact, what I'll do is I'll press the C button for cutting, and then my razor blade will go there. And then I'll hit the V button for my regular pointer. I don't know what's called V, but I'll just drag over those two like that to select both the video and the audio tracks. And now hit Option and Delete, and that will slide everything to the left. So now I've gotten rid of that header. Okay, so.
Hi everybody, this is Gary Fong.
All right, now that I'm in this mode, on the left side again, I see the 2 cameras. On the right side, I see the result. So I'll start like this.
And I've got the Sony a6000 here, and I'm going to teach you how to do overriding of face detection. Now, face detection is one of the settings that I first turn on whenever I'm going to be shooting.
And then I'll click there.
It's one of the
Okay, let's stop right there. And let's just zoom in down here and see what happened. Right there, you see that this little mark? That's where the camera switches.
Detection is one of the settings that I first turn on whenever I'm...
Okay, stop that. Look at the screen on the right and watch what happens.
It is one of the settings that I first turn on whenever I'm going to be shooting.
So it goes back and forth. Now, if I don't like what I did and I want to redo it, simply go back to before that and then do it again and watch.
Face detection is one of the settings that I first turn on whenever I'm going to be shooting.
So this time I'm just going to go back and forth like I'm maniac. Look down here where my mouse is, and I've striped this with going back and forth, very confused. One camera, and then the other camera, then the other camera. So that's the basic idea, is that all you need to do within the sequence is just touch, click once on the one that you want to be featuring at the time, and then later, you can put in your dissolves if you like. That's something that's very easy to do. You would just go into Effects, and then hit CROSS, Cross Dissolve, like that. And put it in between 2. Let's zoom up so you can see what's going on. Let's zoom down. And watch. So now it's going to softly go into the other one. And that's basically how that works.